everybody knows about Queen Esther. They're like, oh my gosh, Queen Esther. Oh, she's so beautiful. She won the king over with her obedience. And they will compare Queen Esther to Queen Vashti. Queen Vashti's so evil. She's so rebellious. In the story, the king was having like a feast. Queen Vashti, actually her name, one of the meanings of her name means beautiful. So she was known for her beauty. She was hosting her own feast with all of the women. But she was called from her feast, from her gathering, to entertain the king in his court. He wanted her to unrobe herself, to show off her beauty, to show how beautiful she was. So that way men can look at him like, wow, you got such a beautiful wife. It makes him look better, right? We have a trophy wife. When you have a beautiful wife, men like that. They like to have something to make them look good. So that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to, beef himself up by using her as a tool, by objectifying her. But she was like, no, I will not have that. So some traditions either has her as being executed or either just ostracized. But we don't really know exactly what happened to her.
I more think that she left. Because the way the Bible puts it, we don't really know exactly what occurred with her. What I love about her story is something we know about ancient women and women forever and ever and ever. We have always had our own conclaves. While the men were doing things, we were in the red tent. We were taking care of womanly things. We were doing incredible things in our own conclave. And that we always had our conclaves, right? Our places where we gather and talk what we talk and do what we do. And then we go out and we influence the wider world, right? And I love that she and her court, all of her women, they were all gathered at her feast, and the king is over there having his feast. But all these dudes get drunk, and he's like, wait a minute, I got to show you how beautiful the queen is. And he's like, bring her, and drop your robes. Like, I don't think so. For you and your drunk friends, I don't think so. And so even an act of dignity, self-respect, and sovereignty, quote unquote, the church made that. I don't see anywhere in the Bible where the Bible called her evil for that. Church said she's a problem.
One thing I think of, like, he wanted her to derobe herself, to expose her nudity. But one of the things that the church teaches is about modesty. Like, oh, you need to cover up. But yet they want to demonize this woman that wants to stay covered, that wants to, shield herself from prying eyes. So I'm like, it's like a contradiction.
That's a very interesting contradiction that I never considered. And you know what else it's making me think of? It's making me think of the Islamic stance where the women are completely robed and covered, right, from head to toe, and that they only disrobe for their husband. So that concept was also violated here if we look at it, because this man, in church, I never really heard them say the man, her husband, wanted her to disrobe in front of all these drunk men. I never heard that part of the story. I just heard the part of the story. I didn't know why she was cast out or ostracized. They don't tell the whole story. I got the story that the queen before Queen Esther was insolent and didn't listen and blah, blah, blah. And now we want Queen Esther. That was the church version. When I read the Bible didn't say that.
Yeah, I've heard the story told several times throughout my church years. And
what did they say in your church? In the church?
Well, they said that she was rebellious. That's one of the words they definitely used, was rebellious.
They love to use that word.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she didn't want to obey her husband. But even as a small kid, like, I'm thinking, like, well, that's weird. Why would he want her to be naked in front of all these people? That makes no sense. Like, little kids are so smart.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Adults. Yeah, isn't it? It's really creepy. And it's not a good message to send to, like, little girls.
They should have been teaching us in church that she actually took the high road and kept her dignity and her sovereignty and said, absolutely not. I'm not going to be naked in front of your, drunk dudes.
Buddies, drunk buddies. Like I'm in a more modern sense. Like I can just picture that in a modern sense. Like, hey, yo, Sheila, come here, come show the fellas real quick. You kicking back a couple brewskis or whatever. Like, yeah, go ahead, take it off, shake it a little bit. Yeah, it's so misogynistic.
Who would do that? Who would do that? Oh no, no. I say points for Queen Vashti. I am
Yes.
definitely on Queen Vashti's side on that one.